You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities, and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dini Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds.
Hello, and welcome all to another awesome episode of Vigilantes Radio. Oh my goodness, you guys are in a treat for tonight. We have a very special guest with us, and I can't wait to dive deep into this interview. Guys, there are over 26,000 of you guys on the phone lines. Oh my goodness, you're going to break the internet, but that's okay because we can house all you guys here. Some of you guys are in the chat room, on the browser, on Google Hangouts. So I definitely appreciate you guys, as always, for, tuning in, checking us out, kicking back with us. It's very appreciated. I just want you guys to know that. So, how many of you guys go looking for challenges? Or you would like to challenge yourself, but you always tend to think like, I really want to do that, but it's just too much trouble. Have you ever said something like this to yourself or to someone else? Well, which is it? It doesn't matter what it will take, and that it will take a lot of effort to achieve. Life is made of effort. You're going to spend your effort doing something. What are your priorities? Wouldn't it be better to spend your effort in pursuit of something that you want? Have confidence in yourself. You are up to the challenge of anything you decide you truly want to do, or have, or do, or be. Sure, it's challenging. Anything worthwhile is. Yet the challenges you accept will give you the tools you need to overcome them. In the process, you'll grow and build and create. Like, think for a second. When you pursue someone that you like and want to get to know better, isn't it a challenge? And no, I'm not talking about the fly-by-nights. I'm talking about the one that you really want something with. It's a challenge. It isn't easy. And if it's easy, it's definitely not the person, who, I don't know, who you really want to pursue like that. And you guys know what I mean. You girls know what I mean. You have those that are easy, notches on the belt. And then you have the ones that you actually got to work for. You got to prove something to. That's what I'm talking about. So think about that. You don't shy away from that challenge. Maybe back in grade school, it's like, oh man, she's out of my league. Now, we don't believe in that. Anyway, so challenges will teach you new skills. It will motivate you to get the best possible performance from yourself. Have you ever noticed that? On days when you have a lot of work to do, you get a lot done. And on days you don't have much to do, you don't get much done. Just as your effort increases to meet the job that must be done, so too do you grow enough to meet the challenges that come your way. To become the person you want to be, you simply find a challenge that will take you there. Any worthwhile achievement is largely a matter of meeting one challenge after another. Seek out the challenges. They are the stuff that life is made of. You don't believe me? Aw, shucks. It's believable. Come on now. Well, my name is dini-mussolini, and that is my word, and word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music or Inside the Book. Inside the business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos, crystalline or starseeds, or for my vigilantes audience family, and 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award-winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens, or people who think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com, and that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do, and together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, onlyonemediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes Store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we've ever aired.
How would you love to take your business to the next level? Well, now you can. Just visit classytechnology.com. Let us simplify technology for your business. Our services include website and business mobile app development, local SEO, business technology coaching, digital marketing, even online training courses. That's classytechnology.com. Why wait? Book your free technology consultation today by calling 734-215-7675. Put the passion back into your business and let the team at Classy Technology handle everything for you. That's classytechnology.com, the technology stylists.
Well, tonight's interview is the Chief CEO interview, and I'm your host, Dini-Mussolini, just in case that you didn't know that. Just have to say that again. So, Vigilantes Radio, our interviews go beyond the music, the books, the films, the businesses, and into the minds of the artists or people who create these marvelous aspirations. From researching our special invited guests, we mine for every detail by watching, reading, listening to everything we can. We're like TMZ, digging out the secrets. Our interviews are designed to bring out the best answers possible through thought-provoking questions that have real substance. Well, maybe we're not like TMZ, but it was worth a shot, right? A sincere warm welcome to Chief CEO for being on our show today. We'll have an absolutely amazing time talking with him about his music, about his life, and anything in between. You never know. So point being, I'm sure he has a lot of incredible things to say here, and I don't want to give too much away. So with that, let's welcome him to the show. Chief CEO, you are now live in the mix with all of us. How's it going?
I'm good, man. How you doing? Glad to be here.
All right, awesome, man. It is a very new year. We're in March now, but how did you kick your new year off?
Well, I decided that I was going to finally release my first single. I said that I was not going to let another year go by without, getting out here and, giving people what I got to offer. So I made that my resolution to make sure that I kicked it off, and that's where we at today.
Yes, sir. You stuck with it, and here we are today. That's awesome. Definitely.
Yeah.
So we're honored to have you here on our podcast tonight. Thank you so much for, sharing your time, taking some time out to chat with us and to share your thoughts. Though we know that you're still somewhat new to our side of the internet, we've also read and know that this is an exciting time for you. As you just mentioned, you decided to take the step forward and put the single out. So it's your debut, a song called More of This. But before we get into all of that, let's get to the start of things on this road to getting here, and let you tell us all the details. So how did it start? How the love for music started? What's your history? The highs, the lows, the heart.
Okay.
It led to now in your career.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've always been a poet, so I always wrote poetry. And back in the day, I said, well, hey, how am I going to market my poetry? And I thought about writing poetry books and that type of thing, but I was like, well, I want to do more than a book, Then I was like, maybe I'd do something called, and I coined it poetry art, where I would take paintings and put it with pictures. But then, and I have a lot of that actually. So I was going to these art shows and, displaying my works there. But, that was I'm an entrepreneur also, so it would take me away from my businesses. And it took up a lot of time, and that just was, and it did quite well, but it was just kind of difficult for me to maintain doing that. So that kind of fizzled, and I just said, well, I'm going to just have to learn how to market it on the internet and figure out a better way because, I just knew it was a more efficient way to do it. So then finally, as I was constantly working on just making my brand better, I said, well, I'm going to start doing some radio commercials, my radio marketing. I wanted to do something to be aloof from the rest of my competition. Mm-hmm. So I says, well, I'm going to do, just came in my mind, I'm going to do some rap commercials. So then I would jump on, say, a Drake track, instrumental, or a Jay-Z instrumental, or Will Smith instrumental, just depending on what it is. And I would just rip them. And I never had wrote a song before. I would do these little 60-second jingles, and then so it became wildly popular in my area where the radio was playing. And so the people was calling up there and like, who is this? We want the same guy that's doing Calhoun Cash Advance commercials. That's the name of my company. Like, we want the same guy that's doing this guy's commercials. And they was like, no, this is actually the owner doing this. I mean, if you want him to, and people were just like, and then people would call up there and actually request my radio commercials as if they were songs.
Oh, wow.
Say, hey, could you play that commercial? So then, it just kind of started being like, everybody kept telling me, man, you missing your calling. Like, you need to be doing this for real. So then I just took heed to it. I said, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to try to write. I'm going to write me a song, So once I got going with it, it just started coming to me. And I realized that this is my gift, putting words together. The basis of it was poetry. Poetry is putting words together. And then I just started paying attention to, syntax and, how when other artists write songs, how, I had to learn about bars and different things. But that came to me pretty easily once I started paying attention to what they was doing and, different type of techniques of writing songs. So, yeah, that's how it all started. And so I just decided, hey, I got this gift and I got to share it with the world. So that's what I decided to do.
Definitely, man. That's incredible. That's incredible. So what's more important to you in music such as yours from an artist's point of view?
For me, what's most important in music is substance. I mean, am I giving you a takeaway? whether I wanted to make you dance or I wanted to make you cry or I just wanted to make you happy, I want to inspire you, that's my thing. Am I giving you a takeaway substance? And also being, I want to make sure that my message comes across as something that is positive. I like positive. It's enough negative stuff out there, and I like to be positive in my music. So I want to make sure I give you some substance, and I want you to have a takeaway. And I guess what I should say, in the way that I present myself, I want it to be positive.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So what would you say is important to you in music as a fan of the arts?
As a fan of the arts, I like, I guess to say, the same type of things, substance. I like for you to give me something I can feel. You know what I mean? Move me in a way that now when you say, different kinds of music. You saying if I'm listening to hip hop or if I'm listening to R&B or you just saying in general?
Yes, music in general.
Yeah. Just how it moves me, substance. Same thing, substance. What it's doing for me, how it makes me feel. Like say if you was to put on like a Frankie Beverly and Mays track, and you singing Before I Let Go. You know what I'm saying? It takes me there. Substance and a takeaway is important for me. So I like that on both ends. As a fan and also as an artist.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Perhaps there's a moment or a couple of moments in time in your life that really resonated within you and continue to inspire you to this day. You mentioned that you're a CEO or entrepreneur, rather. Tell us about some of the highlights and accomplishments that you had along your way. Tell us a story or two, man.
Well, I'm the first from my family to graduate from college. And,
oh, wow.
And I did that after, coming out of high school with just a 1.76 grade point average. But that wasn't because I couldn't do the work. I just wasn't focused. And when I decided to focus and learn, so I graduated from the University of Florida. And then after that, I decided that I wanted to own my own business. And when I actually decided that I wanted to own my own business, I never went to business school because I actually went to school to be an educator and to be a principal. But I started going to Books A Million once a week, getting a business book and start reading. The book might take me 2 weeks to read. And then I learned that it was just so much power just in reading books. Mm-hmm. And I developed a system on how I would get these best-selling artists. Best-selling writers, And I would read their book like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I read all his books. And, then I got into, the E-Myth by Michael Gerber and all these different people to teach me how to become an entrepreneur. And then after a while, I had like 7, 8 people working for me, and I was expanding and stuff like that. So that definitely, was a big accomplishment in my life to actually live my dream and manifest owning my own business. But one of the other things that really drives it, that motivates me other than that, was actually a defeat that I had. It would look like a defeat on the surface. Mm-hmm. But I was, when I was in high school, I was favored to win the state wrestling be in the finals. I was one of the top 2 wrestlers in the state. And I actually lost in the semifinal match at the regions. And when I lost, I had a chance to still win the next match, to go back and still, wrestle for the state title the next weekend. But I was so focused on me losing and my undefeated record being gone, and my coach kept telling me, oh, they cheated on you. And I learned to not focus on negativity. You got to move forward. Mm-hmm. Me thinking about that match caused me to lose the next match in overtime. And I easily was much better than that kid. But that that taught me to never focus on something that has happened negative in your life. You got to move forward and think positive. And whenever something, if you get knocked down, you just got to brush yourself off and try again, keep going, and put it behind you. And even when you have good, you can't still focus on your past goods that you've done. You have to focus on reinventing yourself and getting better. So I never want that feeling again of losing because I wasn't prepared mentally. So now I've learned to prepare and to always be positive and to understand that just because you got a setback don't mean it's the end of the road.
Right. Yes, sir. Man, that's a great lesson. Are there plans for you to get out on the stage over the spring and the summer to support more of this record?
Yes, definitely. In the summertime, I'm looking to be doing shows. Supporting the song, going out and giving the people, my stage show. I believe in doing a good stage show. I don't believe in just getting up there and just just standing in one place and doing the song. I believe in actually providing. I love shows myself, and I believe in providing people with what they come. They pay their money to come see me, and I'm gonna give them a show.
Definitely. So you put out this single. What's your next step as an artist, or what's next on the agenda for you to do?
I think what I'm gonna do is put out one more single. I'm gonna let this single continue to grow, and then I'm gonna put out one other single, and then I'm coming out with my album. It's called Executive Hip Hop Volume 1. It's what I do. I call my music, I coin it executive hip hop. And so that's what I'm looking to do, come out with my brand and give the people something different, a different twist.
Yes, sir. How many songs gonna be on the album?
13.
13. That's a good number.
13 songs on the album.
Any guest features?
I may have a few I'm working on, but I don't have them in stone yet. So, the ink hadn't dried yet. But yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Any producers you're seeking to work with for this one?
I don't have anyone in particular. I mean, there's a lot of young cats out there, man, with great talent. I actually kind of like doing that, working with up-and-coming people who are just hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like the energy is good when they, I like that. I like that. And so I think my first album is about, actually, helping other people as well come up and live their dreams. So I really like working with independent guys who are hungry and that's talented.
Yes, sir. In general, when do you personally feel like you do your best writing? Like, what does life have to be like around you to bring out the best in your creativity?
I mean, really, man, my best stuff comes off of impulse. I mean, I might be at the gym and I might hear a song or something or get an idea, or somebody might say something to me, and then it's like, bam, that's a song. That's a concept. And I might stop right then. I might be on the treadmill jogging, and then I have to stop right then and record whatever that idea is.
Right.
And then I'll come back, because I have pretty much a routine every day on how I do things. Then I'll come back later on, and once I got the concept down, I could write on it. I might spend 15 minutes writing on it or whatever that day, and touch up, But yeah, it's impulse, and the concept comes to me through impulse. And then I can come back at any time but I need quiet and just being able to meditate on the song and the lyrics over and over for me to bring the best out of me, and it just flows after I get it going, just quiet and just keep on meditating, rolling it over in my head, and it comes to me.
Mm-hmm. Is that how More of This was born?
Yes, exactly. More of This was, I actually thought about, because to me, hip-hop is become something just totally, it's mostly about, the majority of it is glorifying sex, money, and drugs. Mm-hmm. I wanted to do something different, and I was just kind of thinking about, like I brought up Frankie Beverly and Mays, and I was just kind of like, these brothers, they ain't came out with an album in 30 years or so, I guess, something like that. Yeah. I know they really, really old school. But when you go to one of their shows, it's packed. And that's because their music is timeless,
Yeah.
And I wanted to create something that's timeless. I didn't want to do a song that's just going to be a fad or just something. But when you play more of this, for it to strike a chord in you, for it to move you, you feel it. You can just feel that. I wanted to do something that you could feel it's a love song, and I wanted it to be something that would touch you, something that people can just love and just make them smile on the inside. You know what I mean? So I was actually inspired by the soul singers of old, because I thought about some of their music. I didn't have a particular song in mind when I thought about them. I just thought about them, how they make music that's timeless, and I wanted to do something in hip hop that's timeless. That's something that can resonate with people, no matter whenever they play it,
Yes, sir.
So that's what I wanted to do with more of this. It's a love song, and it got a different twist to it.
Yep. Okay. So you also mentioned earlier about that you kind of follow this routine, and
yes,
I'm kind of the same way too. Like, my day will not go right if I have to deviate away from my routine.
Yes.
And that can be like just people who really don't value time and just think they can just butt into the routine at any second and take my attention away. But nevertheless, things happen, and some things we can't control. We can only just make the best of it when it does happen. Give us an idea of what your daily schedule is like. I mean, it may not be as quite intense as mine, or it could be just easy. You could be a part-time crime fighter, CEO, musician, Martha Stewart type that, bake cookies and roll his own bread. Who knows? But, you're making incredible music, and you've been an entrepreneur for some time, so obviously you're doing something that is working, which allowed you to also step into the music industry and put out, a record. So
exactly.
What's your plan, man? You can help a lot of us here. I know I got my notepad out ready to take some notes.
Okay, well, actually, what I do every morning, I get up and I listen to the Word. I'm gonna listen to the Word for like 30 minutes to an hour. I have a preacher that I listen to, so I like to get the wisdom.
Man, that's awesome. Yes, gotta have that.
Yeah, I get that because I used to get up and study business books all the time, and I learned that I'm going through this and that. But then, once I learned to impart the Word in my daily routine, my first hour, I'm going to listen to the Word. Whether I'm listening to Joel Osteen or Creflo Dollar or somebody like that, I do that. That's the first thing I do. Second thing I do is I see about my health. I believe in exercising and keeping myself up. So what I like to do is get me some, and I drink certain things, beet juice and pomegranate juice, and I eat certain things for my health to make sure, that I have the right type of things in my body to keep my antioxidants up, that type of thing. And then I write down my daily planner, like what I'm gonna do for the day, to my to-do list. I have a to-do list, and I prioritize everything that I need to do for that day. And then I go exercise. And once I exercise, then I start going through that to-do list to accomplish my goals, so when you go through your to-do list and, if you can get through all your things, those are called small victories. And when you get those small victories, that prepares you for major victories.
Mm-hmm.
And so you want to, even if you just get up and make up your bed, that's a small victory if that's part of your, priority list. But I learned to make sure that I get as many small victories as possible, and that enlarges me to be able achieve the major victories, you know. So this is how I go about every day. And then I learned that, you know, okay, after I've been working out, because I have, you know, 3 businesses that I have to tend to, then I learned that I can't watch TV or watch that show that I might want to watch in the evening time or talk to your girlfriend as much. You have to focus, you know, take that extra time and say, okay, I'm going to spend at least an hour to an hour and a half on my music marketing, understanding whether I'm understanding music marketing, how music royalties go, just the music business. You know, just like James Brown say, it's 2 parts to show business. It's the show, and then there's the business, and you have to learn them both.
Right.
And you know, you can come across these fly-by-night type of people that tell you, oh, I know this person and I know that person, and they might have put pictures with these people in the business or whatever, but they might have just worked promotions and took pictures, and then they tell you they could do this and this for you, and then you done gave them a couple grand and you out your money.
Yeah.
But if you don't take the time out and spend it yourself, you know, learning the business, then how could you expect to do well? And, you know, you see all these guys that's crying after they say, oh, man, he stole from me or whatever. But if you take the time out and learn, you know, you would know for yourself. And it's kind of like the story in the Bible when Jesus sent out the guys to tell them, say, okay, well, you know, he said, we ain't got enough to eat. And he said, well, it's 2,000 people here, you know, whatever it was, something like that. He said, well, go out. He told them, you go out and get food, see what you can find. So he went out and got like, what, five pieces of fish and 2 loaves of bread. But then when he brought it back to him, he multiplied it, and then there was enough to eat for everybody. So I ask people, are you going out to get your 5 fish and your 2 loaves of bread so that it can be multiplied? You got to do your part for you to be able to get on that bigger platform. And you just got to have faith and just let him do the rest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What time do you normally get up?
5:30 in the morning.
5:30. So you follow like the same sleep pattern? Because I know that's probably a part of the whole health regimen, right?
Exactly. I'm normally asleep by 10:30.
Cool.
I'm up by 5:30. Normally sleep by 6. The first thing I do, drink me a cup of organic coffee. You know, take me 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. Take my multivitamin. You know what I mean? Drink me some beet juice and pomegranate juice. You know, stretch, green tea, and exercise.
Man, I gotta applaud you. Keeping that health in check, managing it. That's great.
Yeah, man. You either gonna pay later, or you know, pay now. Pay attention to it now. Pay attention to it later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you got to reinvent yourself. You know, people. We really have to pay attention to our health and every part of our spiritual being, our health.
Oh yeah.
You know, everything, man.
Oh yeah, especially a spiritual being. Yep.
Exactly. You have to do that because, you know, we have to recognize we're spirits that live in a body, you know. And if you don't understand anything about your spiritual being, then how can you be effective? Yeah, so that's very important.
Okay. Are those things that tend to come into your music?
Yes, it does. It does, you know. That's why I'm not, you know, I'm not one who, that's why I'm not with the glorifying the drugs and how much money you have and that type of thing, because, I mean, that's really not important. You know, like a lot of songs, you know, they point out, you know, how much you could do. Like, you know, say, for example, you might have a song and a guy might talk about how much he could do for a girl and, oh, you get this when you're with me and you get that. But that's really the least of things, because anybody with money can come along and do that for you. But a person who really care about you, the areas where you're deficient at, is he going to spend the time and help you, show you where you can get better and be patient with you to help you be the best you that you can be. You know, anybody can come along and buy you a new earring or a new watch or something like that. Oh, he does the big things for me, but that really is a small thing, because it's just money. That's all it takes. You know what I'm saying? Sir. And he's just trying to get to his end result. So instead of them looking at it as, they look at that as the big thing. you're not doing that for me, but that's really the small thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think that, and I think that it's more important that music reflects the true big things, the things that really matter and that's really valuable, And so, that's it reflects in our music.
Yeah, that's great. All right, guys. After the music break, it'll be time for our usual tradition. It is called the hot seat, and our fans love this part of the segment, of course, along with the actual interview. But the audience get to hear either some good old singing, maybe Chief CEO can sing, maybe he can recite some of his poetry for us, or have an inspirational speech, maybe he'll bust a freestyle rap, or tell us a joke or story, or even whip out a live instrument. The choice is his to make. Well, you never know what these creative minds and vessels will produce in the spotlight. And tonight, we'll find out if Chief CEO has what it takes to be put on the spot, a test of his true artistry, and maybe even some hidden talents. But for right now, we have Chief CEO with his song, More of This remix. We'll be right back.
You're the sweetest, I can't beat it. You're my sunshine, gave my life meaning. I love your style, baby, you wow me. You're my lifeline, much like an IV. You're connected to my pulse. Only you I imagine in life's walk. You're the ray of sunshine in my thoughts. Bring a smile to my face, bright as Times Square, New York. You're the damsel I adore. Beauty, brains, class, and so much more. You got the goods, baby, so let's soar. Not to mention your other appealing factors like your contour. So happy that you're mine. Excuse me for boasting at times, but I gotta be the luckiest man alive to have a jewel like you from my sunshine. Sing.
Baby, you the sweetest. You find a girl, I need this. Put no one before you. Girl, I adore you. You still the hardest. Sexy like a goddess. Always love and admire you. Stand right beside you. Cherish and desire you.
You got me so into you. You love Chanel, so I'll buy you two. I know you're in the nature walks. Let's enjoy the fresh air and exchange our thoughts and you like dogs but not kittens. I take up yoke for you, it's most fitting. You bout your business 9 to 5. But after that, champagne, a good book is how you unwind. More wet on the way. After 7, it's you and I, we parlay. What is better end of the day than a hot bath and a massage from your mate, huh? Relax, let me take you there. Was it coconut oil so I could comb your hair? I love it's in the air. You're so beautiful to me, is why I stare.
Yeah. Baby, you the sweetest. You find a girl, I need this. But no one before you. Girl, I adore you. You still the hardest. Sexy like a goddess. Always love and admire you. Stand right beside you. Cherish and desire you.
If you're feeling this vibe, say more of this. And all the fellas in the house, if you gotta treat her right, say more of this. And if you're looking good tonight and you're feeling alright, say more of this. More of this. More of this. Come on.
Baby, you the sweetest. You find a girl, I need this. But no one before you. Girl, I adore you. You still the hardest. Sexy like a goddess. Always love and admire you. Stand right beside you. Cherish and desire you.
Hey guys, we're back. Man, that track is like a breath of fresh air. And it was amazing too, right? Oh, that was a dope record. Very dope. So when those around you are greedy and shallow, why don't you be caring and giving? When those around you are lazy, be full of energy and enthusiasm. When those around you are worried and depressed, be confident. When those around you are frantic, be calm. When those around you are stubbornly stuck in their ways, try something new. When those around you do mediocre work, do excellent work. When those around you complain about everything they have, be thankful for everything that you have. Going along with the crowd will cause you to be just one of the crowd, living someone else's dream. What joy is there in that? You gotta stand up and stand out. Refuse to accept less than the best. Refuse to accept things just because that's the way we've always done it. Do what you need to do. Do what is right. Instead of following the well-worn path, blaze a new, exciting trail into the unknown territory. The world rewards those who have the confidence and the courage to stand out from the rest. Life is too precious to waste it on silly pretensions. Be and express the unique person that you are. That is my word. Take it from me, Dini-Mussolini. Let's bring on the man of the hour back on. Chief CEO, you're back live with us in our hot seat. What did you have for us?
Got a poem. I'm going to try to recite it. Hadn't did it in a while. But it's a poem of mine that I wrote some time ago. It's called Jealous of Me, and it goes like this. Why are you jealous of me? It's because I represent the things that you could be, only if you didn't stay in the bed and stay asleep while the sun rises and then finally reaches its peak. Jealous of my success because I put my wit to the test, because I had the courage to take a chance, and now you're perturbed by my victory dance. Jealous because I kept my face in a book, searching for the appropriate career in every nanny and crook, then spend my time at a dance hall at a juke because I had a vision and I knew what it took. So, as you can see, if you did these things, you could be like me. The pursuit of knowledge and wisdom is absolutely free. Therefore, you have no business being jealous of me.
Nice. I like that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. Any last words you want to part us with before we get out of here?
My website is chiefceomusic.com. My Twitter is @RealChiefCEO. My SoundCloud is Chief-CEO. My Facebook is Chief CEO ENT. And I think that's it. SoundCloud, Twitter. Or my YouTube is Chief CEO TV, all separate words. Chief CEO TV.
Awesome. And guys, just in case you didn't get those links, we do have them in the info of the show, so all you got to do is click those links there and it'll take you right to it. Yep. Any last words, my man?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I appreciate it. I enjoyed being on the show. It was real nice vibing with you, chopping it up with you, and I'm glad the audience got a chance to get inside my mind a little bit on why I do what I do. Mm-hmm. And I really enjoyed it.
Well, mission accomplished then, because that's one of our main things, get inside of there to see why artists do the things that they do. And we definitely appreciate you today for being transparent with us and letting us in on your world and your life and the things that go on with you.
Yes, thank you. My pleasure. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, we appreciate you for tuning in.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/Only One Media Group, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website, and that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to theradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the number one rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.
How would you love to take your business to the next level? Well, now you can. Just visit classytechnology.com. Let us simplify technology for your business. Our services include website and business mobile app development, local SEO, business technology coaching, digital marketing, even online training courses. That's classytechnology.com. Why wait? Book your free technology consultation today by calling 734-215-7675. Put the passion back into your business and let the team at Classy Technology handle everything for you. That's classytechnology.com, the technology stylists.